What's up guys, Just Ash here, and welcome to another episode of Trope Talk. Now I know it has been a really long time since I've done one of these, and that's because I've basically been rethinking the format of them, and it's taken me forever to decide on one that I actually like. But basically what I'm going to do is, rather than picking random tropes, I'm going to go through some character archetypes and discuss all of the tropes that would be involved with that character archetype, and then give my examples at the end instead of all the way through the video. So hopefully you can bear with me while I muddle through this. And today's character archetype that we are discussing is the archetype of the hero. First off, what makes a hero? Well, it's all to do with their characterization and how they work within a team dynamic. More often than not, they are the protagonist. However, being the protagonist of a work does not automatically make a character the hero. You'll also find that they are quite often male, although female heroes are becoming more and more common in modern day media. The hero character will likely be popular in universe and will usually be popular within the fandom, provided they're not seen as the scrappy or are not generally ignored for another character, a bit like Castiel from Supernatural. In a group dynamic, the hero will usually take the role of the leader, but this isn't a necessary thing for the hero character. However, if they are not the leader of a group, you can guarantee that the hero is the person arguing with the leader of the group over who should actually be said leader. The hero is probably really good friends with all of their teammates, including the stubborn anti-hero and their foil, the Lancer, despite them being complete opposites, and this will usually be a very special, snark-filled relationship. Think Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. So, how do you spot a hero? Well, usually the hero is the character with the most well-rounded skill set. They know how to do most things to an extent that you would call adept, rather than say fantastic. They're a bit of a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none kind of character. They always know who to ask for help, when to ask for help, and if no help is available, chances are they will be able to help out themselves. And the hero is almost always right, to the point where they really risk running into Mary Sue or Marty Stew territory. This can be avoided though if the character is well written or their skills and traits are justified well enough within the story. If the hero is not a chaste hero, and even then sometimes if they are because it adds to the drama, they will be one corner of a love triangle, usually with the Lancer, but sometimes with the anti-hero or the lovable rogue, and of course the token girl on the team. This sucks, it's awful every time it happens, and it is one of the biggest markers as to whether or not your character is the hero. In sci-fi, speculative fiction, or video games, the hero becomes even easier to spot. In video games, the player character is almost always the hero archetype, and they will often have the most rounded set of stats, decent speed, and fair amounts of power. They will usually use a sword or a sword-like weapon, even when it makes more sense to use literally anything else, because heroes love swords, let's be realistic here. And this will usually be paired with the ability to use magic or some sort of magical-like power. Characters in these three genres will often be seen wearing blue, red, or white. However, this isn't a necessary trope of being a hero per se, it's just often associated with them. And if there are magical abilities or magical powers that are involved in the universe, the hero will almost always have fire, electric, or light-based powers. The tropes around the hero in sci-fi, speculative fiction, and video games, though, are the ones that are most likely to vary, so just keep an eye out for them and take this little section with a grain of salt. Finally, characters that fall into the hero archetype can also cross over with those in the chosen one archetype. You can spot heroes that are chosen ones using the following markers. The character has been chosen through a mysterious force, whether it is magic, prophecy, or divine intervention. Whatever force it is, this character has been chosen because they are the only one who can resolve the plot, and because of this, they will be held in high esteem for their expected potential, whether they live up to those expectations or not. Now, what are some examples of heroes? The hero archetype and the tropes around it are usually played straight with very little subversions. So these are characters like Luke Skywalker, Katniss Everdeen, Aang from The Last Airbender, Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia, and in fact, pretty much every superhero ever is literally right there in their job titles that they are heroes. But when hero characters intersect with chosen one tropes and become the chosen hero, that is where you get a bit of variation. This can be played straight with characters like Percy Jackson, or it can be played with a bit more like what happens in Harry Potter. Yes, Harry Potter is the chosen one. However, he is the chosen one because of Voldemort's paranoia, and Voldemort basically making himself a bed that he then has to lie in. Remember, it could have been Neville Longbottom and the Philosopher's Stone. So that's the idea of a chosen one trope being played with, because after all of this comes out, Harry still fulfills the role as the chosen one, pretty much as you would expect. And finally, you can get subversions like with what happens with Light Yagami in Death Note. Basically, Light genuinely believes that he is Ryuk's chosen one, and he is a hero for righteously judging humanity in order to create a better world for himself. However, it basically turns out that Ryuk just dropped his Death Note wherever, and it's all circumstantial that Light is the one who picked it up. Light is not a chosen one at all, and that is where the subversion comes from. And that is it for this trope talk. I hope you found this guide a little bit useful and that you can now go out there and feel confident about spotting heroes in your favourite works of fiction. I am definitely going to do more trope talks like this where I break down a character archetype or a very, very strict plot like the hero's journey and go through all of the tropes that are involved in that. And I would like you guys to help me pick, so let me know which one you would like me to do next in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, please give it a like. And as always, you can join me next Friday at 8 for the next video.